Well, today, guys, I have something interesting for you because I have a topic to discuss, obviously. But it is something that has been disturbing me that I feel like I really want to discuss the issue of what you studied versus what you are doing presently. And I'm not the only one here in the studio with me. I have someone who is doing so well at what he's doing presently, and I want him to be the one to shed more light to this and educate me and all of us together on what we think. So guys, welcome the CEO of Chef Suki Delicates.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you for bringing me here.
Well, I'm glad you decided to be here. So straight to the main discussion, like going through your profile, I realized you studied something else, and presently you're doing something else. So I want you to talk about what you studied in school and what you're doing presently.
Okay, I studied architecture in school and currently a chef here at Ibadan. I started off like I had a lot of interest, a lot of drive, like architecture is fun. I did technical drawing in high school, so to just be draw lines and get it done. But over time, while I graduated and I was thinking of what next, I didn't lose my love for architecture, but instead my passion for food grew. So I now started going into it more, practicing at home. If I have a few friends around, do a thing or two and ask them what do they think. So after that, I now said, okay, why not? Then I've been reading books about using your skills to make money. Like, if you are good at something, you should make money from it. Never do it for free. So I thought of making it a business. So like, I met Miss Elizabeth, a friend of my sister, and she taught me a thing or two. It was more or less like a short culinary school. So I learned about measuring, how to serve people, tasting, packaging. So with all that now, I was well equipped to start something. But then I was still a bit skeptical. That was 2019. So 2020 started, and you know the way Nigerian system is, job application. I applied, my mail is full. Like it's just this year I had the strength to unsubscribe from those jobs. So I got tired, so I started thinking, I said, what can I do? I asked myself that. I said, I can cook. How do I start this? So I now started doing a little bit of research and seeing what people who are into the business do. So I started perfecting recipes and the likes. So what I started with were pancakes and then shawarma. The pancakes were because I wanted to make breakfast for Ibadan people. But there weren't enough people doing breakfast. I didn't know it was like a strategy or something, because not a lot of people are interested in breakfast. So trying that now, a few others came. Some I will get back to you. You know now you now be waiting. I will be ready. So over time, I can say that the business has had its ups and downs, but it is something I love doing. Like it is really fun.
So it's like so far started the business in Ibadan. How has it been like? Have you met up to your expectations, what you wanted, or you feel like this city is not for you? You probably want to go somewhere else.
Well, okay, let's start this way. There've been good days and bad days, first of all, and I don't want to use the word bad, but I have to just say bad because it's business. Nothing is rosy. So I believe that Ibadan is a starting point for me. I don't see Ibadan as where I'm going to end. I just see that, when you're heading somewhere, the stepping stone, like your foundation, what takes you to the end. So that's why I see Ibadan as somewhere that will take me to the end. But I believe if I'm leaving, I'll still like to leave like a part of me, like maybe here as the foundation of my business, to have a small spot no matter where I go. So when there are stories and things being told about me, they can be like, oh wow, he started from here and his store is at so and so. You get, so that's just it. I believe I'm still at a phase and that I'm growing daily.
Okay, so what really kept you going on the basis that you didn't have friends or people that be like, Zuki, you studied this, why are you going into this? Why can't you just that cooking up for a woman? Something like that. Yeah, have you come across things like that? Come across people say things like that to you? And what kept you going basically?
Okay, in all honesty, there are people that actually fought with me that what are you doing? That's like how they feel like, what are you doing? You studied architecture, like building structures, and yeah, maybe they say frying egg, we are making just shawarma. So to me, well, that's a challenging question and it's also fair, but at the same time, I told myself that, see, I don't care. Like, I understand you care about me, but you care about me to the best of your knowledge. Like, you're not wearing my shoes. You don't know, like, you don't understand how my shoes fit or what makes me get up and get going in the morning. So, even if someone should challenge me, like, up until today, I will tell you this is my passion. I believe in my passion and I am going to follow my passion continuously. When I started, family people, then close friends, questioned me, but some just told me like, is this what you want? Like, is this what you really want to do? And I just kept on going. Like, I just kept on pushing. Any challenge that comes, there will be times where the business can get you down or get you broke, but I still keep on pushing regardless because I know where I'm heading to and I'm going to give in all that I have.
So like as a startup, has it been like very easy for you to like penetrate through organizations to be like, I can deliver lunch to you, or probably when you want to get me back to have you as the shawarma guy or something? Has it been like very hard having to convince them that I could do it, or they always want to make sure that you've done it somewhere before you come to us?
All right. So first thing first is when I started the business, I had not learned a lot about branding, which is very, very important. Like, your brand is your identity. It is who you are. It is what you say you can do. Anywhere you go to, once they identify your brand, they identify you. So having that, let's say after a few months doing proper branding, when I started initially, it was just like word of mouth, and people would tend to like price you down or be like, is it even worth it? Is it? But when you come with your flyer or you come with your card, something that shows you are professional, and the first question some of them usually ask is like, where's your spot? Then I didn't have a spot. I was working from home. So telling them I work from home but I can deliver anywhere you are, then they're like, where's your house? And for security reasons, I'm not comfortable just giving you my house address. So I can maybe just tell you this is the region where I am. And after doing that, okay, let's go on from there. So after some months, I tried to get a stand, which I've gotten now by God's grace, but still a little bit of work to do because I want to go out there. I want you to see and enjoy my meals. Like, to me, I feel food is like a culture. It can help you understand someone, it can tell a story, and it can do a lot of things. Food is awesome, so that's really great.
So far you can basically say that Nigeria has been like a blessing in a way. Although looking for a job has been very hard, but you're able to like discover yourself, discover something else. And comparing how you started to where you are now, there's like a lot of growth. So what are like the factors that helped you, like what are the factors that contributed to you? And also know what the challenges and all those things. Apart from the fact that people looking down on the business that you shouldn't be doing something like this, what they were, or like that challenges you had?
The challenges I've faced in this business. Okay, there are a lot of challenges. Can I start with, first of all, financial? Starting a business, you need to have a business plan out, setting out what you need, and that's the cost of what you need to start up, the cost for running, and any other thing that comes up. So while I started, I didn't have this at the back of my mind. I just had there with some cash. So just like, I'll run it. So over time, I still kept on reading, and I understood that for a business, when you start, besides having your budget, you also need to have money to pay staff if you want staff for at least 6 months. So that in that way now, when you are doing your calculations, you can know this is what went wrong, this is where it went wrong. So then you bounce back and you're better. So that's one challenge. I didn't plan well. So another challenge I faced was, can I say, language barrier. I've still not learned Yoruba. It's sad. So I feel there's this what do they call it? Connection, yeah, or this my person thing. When you speak Yoruba, like there's this kind of appreciation. They can almost start telling you their problems in Yoruba. You get this one can relate. So not having that was a challenge to an extent, because some people were a bit picky, like, okay, this one no understand, or they will just not sing thereabouts. No, when prices of meals increase, people will always complain, but
Yes.
it is really not the vendor's fault, because at the market prices of things increase, then we have to like sit down, recalculate how much we sold this and how much were we buying things for when we sold it. So when we now do all that, we'll now think of how much to add to meals. And with the way the economy has been, it's like every week literally you're adding, or maybe your price can be stable, but most of the time you are adding to your price. And I'm not comfortable doing that, because it doesn't sound like a stable business. So I believe to an extent that's what larger businesses have to smaller businesses. Even if they do an increase, it won't be that much. But for a small business that is thriving, you have to, because you need to take care of bills, manage the business, run it. So I think that's basically all that.
I got to realize something in everything you said, that it's not compulsory what you study in school is what you will do after school. Apart from the fact that the economy and some other things, it would grow new passion and all those. Because looking at reality, most people who went to study something, they didn't go there because they wanted to. They went there based on probably family pressure or probably friends pressure and all those things. And then you being able to like easily find out what you wanted to do. So now can I ask, like, how do you measure how far you've come and how far are you willing to go, basically?
Now, to the main question you asked, how can I measure my growth? Well, I've bought more equipment. I have a stand, and I've gone to Lagos too. I've gone to Ilorin too.
Okay.
But Ilorin, I didn't go with my brand. I just went there as a partner. So I believe I've grown actually. It's now depending on how well I want to utilize that growth.
Okay. So where are you seeing yourself going? Do you probably want to own a YouTube channel soon? Are you thinking of probably owning a culinary school or something?
Everything.
Everything.
But see, for the channel, it's not me that will sit down and be. I will just tell you what I want shortly, because anything media, I easily get bored of media. So someone will probably be managing that. But for the school, well, it's a possibility, but I was thinking more of a restaurant. I want a restaurant that, celebrates food. And not just food, like food, comfort. Like the slogan of my business is Chef Zuki brings the party to you. So that's part of the vibe I want to give. I want a restaurant that when you come, like, no matter how you feel, your mood will always be good. Yeah, like our food should uplift your mood. And if you want to stay cheeky, like let the food get you to that level. So that's what I want. Like, so I don't know how that's going to happen, but I want a restaurant that basically makes you happy. And if you want to eat another meal, let's say from another culture or continent, like I want that to be available too. So even if you have not traveled, you can experience them through their food.
Yeah, that's really nice, and thank you so much for being here. I had fun and I got educated to some extent on things I needed to know. Everything I got to learn so far is more like consistency. You have to see yourself growing. Regardless of what the society throws at you, you still have to like be at that top. So guys, I know you've listened to Eve already. I already know what to do. I want you guys to know something that is not compulsory. That is what you studied in school. Is what you're always looking for work towards. You could learn a skill, probably videography, learn a skill, graphic designing. You could start knitting clothes. If that's something you know you have interest in and you can grow in, do them. And look for jobs in that light, or probably create jobs and have people work for you. Anything that works for you works, basically. So thank you so much for being here, Chepsikia. Do you have any last words to tell people?
Well, thank you for hosting me. It has actually been fun. I was shy initially. I'm happy it went well. What I have to say, like, I think I've actually said it, like the whole consistency thing. Okay, so there are some people that what they have, they do not want to make a business out of it. Please do it. If it's something that keeps you sane, like now, let's say video games help me relax. There are some years ago, people did not see business from video games, but people actually paid to play video games and give their reviews now. So like, almost anything you do can be a business, but if you do not want to make a business out of it, fine. Let it be your, can I call it passion, or can I call it your stress relief or your hobby? Just let it just be something, because life is short, so you need to know what makes you happy, and you need to follow it with passion, because no one else is actually going to put you on that path or actually going to drag you through the process. And before I forget, please have sensible friends, not just shy friends, so that once it's going out, let's have people that will sit you down once in a while. How well are you going about what you're doing? What's your plan? What's your goal? Have you been able to achieve what we talked about last? So when you have people like that, you move. And I said one more thing before then, so one more thing. I hope I'm serious this time. Another thing I've learned is share your ideas with people. I used to have this stigma that once you share your ideas, someone will steal it and make money from it, and it was really scary. But sharing your ideas with people, it's not everyone that wants the best for you. Some people want your idea, and some people want to grow from it. So even if someone steals your idea from you, there's something smart I discovered, that let them steal it. Even when they fail, you can now come in through that aspect of your idea and now make something better out of it.
If you want to tell us your story, send us a DM on our social media pages, as you can see below. Just send us a DM, tell us what you want to talk to us about, let us know your story. What did you do in school and what are you doing presently? Please do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also follow us on all our social media accounts, and also open an account with Scholarships Africa and begin to explore opportunities. See you guys next time.